Hey guys, hope you're all well. Feels like ages since I sat in front of the rickety old table at the start of a video. Right, Saturday morning, and I'm actually going to do something for myself. So I think I'm going to lock all the doors, turn my phone off and get on with it. So yeah, yesterday I went and picked this snail fan up. You can probably guess it's for the forge. So this is spot on actually, it works a treat. It's quite powerful, but I can regulate that, I'll figure out a way. I did have a ball valve somewhere, but it's been years since I've seen that. I don't know where that is. So I'll figure something out to regulate the airflow on it, something really simple. And well, the forge is just going to be really simple as well. Back in the day when we used to go off and do demonstrations at country shows and things like that, we just had a real basic forge made out of 5mm plate, a few holes in the middle with the blower blowing upwards, and it never failed. It worked a treat. We got many hours of use in it. I don't even know what happened to it. We probably just scrapped it out in the end when we were shutting everything down, but it was perfect. It wasn't fancy, like I say, it was so basic, but it worked an absolute treat. So I'm going to do something on the lines of that, but not as big as that one was, because obviously I've got limited space in here. So I'm going to make it quite small, I think. I shall lay something out on here and decide how big I'm going to do it and go from there. Bit of pipe work up into the middle. The only thing I am going to do different on this one, the base of the other one was just flat with some holes in the middle. I'm going to do the middle with probably like a raised part with the holes in that. It just helps stopping any of the ash and everything going down into the tube, although that'll be easy just to blow out now and again anyway. So yeah, I've got some 5mm plate over there. So let's start marking it out and get on with it. Right, I'm just plotting how to do the base of the forge. Now, because I'm a bit thick, mathematically stupid, I have to do silly ways of working it out how I understand. So I sort of want the base pyramid shaped, but not as sort of tall as a pyramid. So you can imagine an upside down pyramid. That's how I want my base. So I've decided, like I said earlier, I'm going to do it quite small because space is an issue in here, and I'm only going to be messing about on a hobby level, doing small bits and bobs, just having a bit of fun with it really. So I want it around 450 square, and like I say, sort of a pyramid shaped base, and then I'll weld sides on. I've got to do all this in pieces, all welded together. I have no way of folding 5mm in here. So, but yeah, basically it's got to be all pieced together and welded. So I don't know if you can see my marking out. I've got 450 square, so all I'm going to do with people laughing at me now, so if you times that and divide that and whatever, you'll get the correct thing. So yeah, okay, I was off school that day. I think I was out on my dirt bike. So I want to go about 150 deep. Like I say, it's not critical. As long as we get it sort of okay, it holds the coal, it heats up, that's all we need. So if I say we're going about 150, so if I do the triangle, it's just over 160. Let's keep it simple. So 360 mil. That should do it, right? We'll soon find out. You'll either be laughing at me, which you probably already are, or it'll go right. Anyway, there's only one way to find out. So I'm going to go with the 450. Now if I find the centre of that, which is 225, I'll work that bit out. Yeah, I wasn't the sharpest tool in the box at school. That was sort of back in the day where they didn't recognise learning difficulties, threw you at the back of the class and told you to shut up. But still ended up being disruptive. Yeah, I wasn't good at school. That should work. Plasma cutter, I think. So we've got to cut 4 of them out and weld them all together, and then put some sides on, and then cut the centre out and do something in the centre for the air to blow through, and then a pipe. What I'm going to do is just bring probably a pipe sort of down diagonally out, then link it to that with a flexible hose, because there'll be no heat sort of transferring down there, and then I've got to put some sort of valve on there to regulate the air. So on the back of the old forges, you just had a snail fan like that, and you just had a gate over the airflow that you could close off and open up. So I'm just going to keep it simple and do something like that. I may have a quick look round for the ball valve I used to have for our mobile forge, but I'd say that's long gone, but I'll have a quick look. Right, let's cut that out, see what happens. Well, I'll cut 4 of them out. Yeah, that's straight enough. So allowing for thickness of the plasma nozzle. I think that'll do it. I'll get some glasses. Let's get cracking. Get the big whacker. There we go. 3 more like that. Right, next bit. I've got this square bar set out as the square, and that should help me hold everything in place. So I'm going to do 2 halves separately, then hopefully they'll both marry up and I won't have too many gaps. What I'll do, I'll tack everything together first. That looks about right, I think. So a bit of a gap down there. Oh, it's got to go a bit higher. That might do. I'm going to tack that side up and then we'll set the other side out and see if they go together. Right, just leave it at that for now. Move that one out of the way. Yeah, that's strong enough. Do the next one. I've got a hole in that one. It'll disappear. That's looking about right. Let's tack it there and then see how bad the two halves are. Right, I've got it all resting on this bigger sheet so we can keep it as flat as possible and tweak it about to get it at its best. Hey, that's not too bad. That ain't too bad. I think that'll do me, you know. I can't grumble at that. Ain't too bad, is it? Oh, I'm going to get that tacked up. Right, that's all that tacked up. That actually has gone better than what I thought. Considering it's just all roughly cut out with the plasma and stuff. That's gone quite well. Right, I'm going to seam weld it all up. And then obviously we've got to do something in the middle here because at the minute it's upside down. So we've got to do something for the airflow straight up in the centre there. But so I won't be welding it all the way up to the centre. I'll just go so far up because we'll be chopping a bit of that out. Right, moving on several hours. It's been quite an eventful afternoon. Yeah, I had a friend turn up with his bike. We've been planning this for a while, but he's been busy, I've been busy and so on. He wanted to change all the front end on his bike, which he was doing himself. But anyway, I ended up sitting out there drinking tea and chatting away the afternoon, so I sort of abandoned this, and I also decided to put a drill through my thumb, which was quite a stupid thing to do, really. So yeah, I was drilling the little sort of shower head style thing out for the middle of the forge blower, and the drill snapped and went through my thumb, which was quite interesting for a minute or two. Anyway, I've got this drilled out. It's not perfect, you know. If it was going on a bike, I'd obviously measure all the holes out and make it absolutely bang on, but no, it's going in the centre of a forge. So, right, try and pick up where I left off. I got all this weld. It's getting late. Try and be quiet. So I've got all this sort of welded up. I don't think I'm going to dress anything up. It's not worth it. So I need to cut the centre of this out now and then sink that in that way and weld it all in, and then figure out what I'm going to do for pipe work. Obviously this has got to be on a stand as well, but I'm going to get this on, and I need to cut some little sides for the very top of it. Anyway, let's cut this out first and get that in at least. I think it's about 10 o'clock at night now, so I can't make too much noise, but I do want to get a bit more of this done. Anyway, let's cut it out, because the plasma cutter don't make much noise. Right, you probably see I've roughly marked it out, so we'll get that cut out, and then any little gaps, it's no big trouble, we'll just weld it all up. See if that'll pop out. There we go. Right, I actually sort of knocked it back a bit with a plasma cutter. It's not the best, but I can weld that up and it'll be okay. It's going to be good enough for what we want. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? But it'll be all right. I'm going to call it a night at that. I'm trying to do things that I shouldn't really be doing. Weld started bubbling up in the middle there, so I weren't cleaning the waste up off the plasma cutter, so I'm going to leave it. Although, you know, it's not critical that it's absolutely superb looking. It's just got to do a job, it's got to function, but it also hasn't got to fall apart. So I'm going to leave it. It's now 10:15, and I really need to be grinding stuff clean before I'm welding, to be fair. So I can't fire the grinder up this late at night. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to call that part 1, although it's probably a very short video. And I've got my friend coming again tomorrow to continue working on his bike. I'll probably show you a bit of that as well actually tomorrow. It's too dark out there now. I've got to drag everything in a moment. So yeah, I'm going to call that part 1. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a bit more done on it. So hopefully Sunday tomorrow, so the end of this weekend, it might be somewhere near finished and on some legs sat over there by the anvil. Anyway, cheers for watching guys, take care.